there, this is Joe Black with Liberty Tree TV. This is going to be the first officially produced video in a series which I plan on explaining how simple the tax codes are as they apply to non-federally privileged citizens of the individual states. So I hope to educate you as to what the income tax is, who is liable and who is not, and why. So I guess we should go to the beginning at the Supreme Law at our Constitution. Article 1, Sections 2 and 9. Okay, so Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3. Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states. They reiterate this in Article 1, Section 9, Clause 4. This is the important one. No capitation or other direct tax shall be laid, unless in proportion to the census or enumeration herein before directed to be taken. In other words, no capitation or other direct taxes shall be laid unless apportioned amongst the states. So, apportionment, as you can see right here, means the division of total cost among the states proportionate to the percentage of the national population. So what the government does, the federal, if they need to raise a tax like last time they did in, say, the Civil War, they proportionally upon the state side, they dole that out different amounts to each state. Then the state will raise its own money however they see fit amongst their own state constitution. But it is inherently impossible, and this is the federal government cannot lay a direct tax on the individual. Like I said, a direct tax, so you also have direct taxes and indirect taxes. So as you can see here, it explains an indirect tax is an excise tax. Okay, and if you look right here, what you have is an excerpt from the very first tax return. And it says, I hereby certify that blah 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 blah, derived from any kind of property, rents, entrance, dividends, blah blah blah. On this day back in 1862, inclusive, subject to an income tax under the excise laws. So the income tax is an excise tax with respect to certain activities and privileges. It always has been, it always will be. For those who say, what about the 16th Amendment? Well, okay, so what we want to do is we want to look at Article 1, Section 9, Clause 4. No capitation or other direct tax shall be laid, unless in proportion to the census or enumeration herein before directed to be taken. Now, if you look at the wording of the 16th Amendment, the Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived, without apportionment among the several states, and without regard to any census or enumeration. So at first glance, you see what looks like the same wording, and it looks like they're changing it. However, you want to notice there's one new word that's not up here. Income. They're talking about no capitation or other direct taxes. Any direct tax must be in proportion, done with enumeration, the census, blah blah blah. Here they're saying they have the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes. So all of this that follows, and it's talking about laying, collecting taxes from any source whatsoever without apportionment, without regard to any census. It's talking to incomes, which is a earnings from privilege. is that it doesn't flat out say this is hereby repeals Article 1, Section 9, Clause 4. Supreme Court ruling Peck versus Lowe, the 16th Amendment, although referred to in argument, has no real bearing and may be put out of view as pointed out recent decisions. It does not extend the taxing power to new or accepted subjects. Okay, so it's pretty simple. If you need any more information, put those questions, comments down below. I'll put some stuff up here if I need to expand on anything that I've said. But that's pretty much it in its simplest terms.
I only want to open up your eyes to what's out there.